Hey, this is Anthony with RevZilla TV, where you can watch, decide, and ride. Welcome to our detailed breakdown of the new Dainese Stradon Gore Pro jacket available at RevZilla.com. So you heard me say it, it's Gore Pro. Gore Pro is the top-end waterproofing from Gore-Tex. Dainese is using it here in this apex predator of a jacket. Now in the past from Dainese, we've seen the Tundra, we've seen the Talos. They've done different things, they've used Gore-Tex. The Stradon uses the Gore Pro, which means that the outer shell material is bonded with the Gore-Tex, making a complete barrier that's also very breathable from all of the elements. Waterproof, windproof, durable, guaranteed for life. If you have this jacket on, if you have all the vents closed and you start to get a leak anywhere that's not a normal spot where you might have a leak for some odd reason, you call us up, you call Gore-Tex, they replace it or we replace it, and that's how it works. Really what you're looking at is what, in my opinion, one of the closest things that Dainese has done to date as a Gore-Tex 4-season jacket. I'm going to give it a 3.5 season rating. Only 3.5, meaning all of spring, or all of fall, all of winter, all of spring, and you're going to flirt with the edges of summer, but really in those hot days, even with these big Gore Lockout 2.0 zippers that expose direct venting right to the body, I still think it's a big, heavy jacket for summertime riding. But again, that's up to you, and everybody's temperature tolerance is different. Now, if we look at the main construction, right? So remember, you're waterproof, breathable, guaranteed for life. You have this gnarly outer shell. You're going to have a thermal liner that's built in that's completely removable. So again, you get that wintertime riding covered. But looking at the external shell materials, you're looking at a mix of really 3 or 4 key materials that make it really a bomb-proof jacket that has a really sexy Italian style to it. Again, you can tell I'm excited about what Dainese's done because we've been working on them to increase their warm weather seasonality going forward, and I think they've done it here. So high tenacity polymide, heavy duty abrasion resistant fabric in this lighter material. And again, one color in this guy, black only. Jason's wearing a size 50. So if we look at it, you see some of these other materials. You see this area right here. This material is actually called dragon. You see the dragon here, dragon there, see dragon on the back. God bless it, I'm a Game of Thrones fan too, but what dragon is it's stretch Gore-Tex material. So you have a stretch, abrasion-resistant material on top of Gore-Tex fabric that's still waterproof, breathable. It complies with all of their ratings from a waterproof standpoint, but it's going to allow you range of motion, which is really nice. The other key feature they've done on the Stradon is now we have premium Dainese leather in the impact areas. So we see it here on the elbows. Jason actually is wearing the lawn tan pants, which have a different name but are really the match for this jacket. You see it in the knees on those guys, and well, again, the lawn tan's a separate video. We just wanted to show the complete set here. But again, you have that abrasion resistance. The other really cool part, when you still stay on that trip of protection, is co-injected aluminum inserts here on the shoulder. This is race-grade armor. This is as gnarly as it gets. This is what we see on race suits. Co-injected shoulder with an aluminum slider built into a leather panel that's thermoformed. Below that or behind that in the jacket, you have your CE rated armor. And then elbows as well as forearms have the Dainese proprietary armor as well. In the back, you use a Shield Air G2 in this guy, not a Wave, so keep that in mind. Now, we talked about a little bit of the venting. You know, a lot of people, I'm going to make a comment here on the entry and exit point for this zipper, or for the jacket. We've seen a lot of manufacturers use the Gore-Tex Lockout zippers. They allow you to put a zipper that passes the Gore waterproofing standard on the outside of Gore Pro Shell and allows you to get that direct vent. A lot of times with a normal zipper, Gore will not certify it. So they own the technology of these Lockouts, but these are Lockouts 2.0. They use a different durometer plastic. It's a little bit harder, and what that means is that you don't need to lube these zippers. They actually slide much better than the version 1.0 Lockout zippers. Some people have loved them, but depending on your climate, depending on where you live and how you ride, some people have thought they've either been a little stiff or when they get dirty, they're tough to care for. I haven't had any issues with them, but again, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. What I do love that they did here with the Stradon, I'm going to zip this up when I'm done with it, but I'm going to show you, is they went with a normal main connection zipper. I am a fan of the normal main connection zipper. If you use these Lockouts in the main connection, sometimes it gets too stiff. I like the fact that they've hedged and they said, hey, we're going to put a rain gutter behind this. We're going to give you the big flap of Gore-Tex. It's going to make sure you keep all of the wet, all of the water away from this with really this double zipper construction. But again, by not putting the Lockout in the middle, you allow yourself to have much more of a normal feeling jacket. I think that's a good thing. I'm going to put your big massive collar back over this Storm Gator. So if we think about that, you know, looking Waterproof pockets down here at the bottom as well. They have their internal Gore pouch because notice that the exterior shell might pick up some water, so you have some drainage down there, but the pockets are 100% waterproof. Moving back up to probably the next thing that you're thinking about is what is going on up here at the neck. This is what Dainese is calling their storm guard. This is a gnarly gaiter, windproof. It's going to go around the neck of this jacket to really give you a good cuff and a good seal underneath your helmet in the crazy times of the year. YKK zipper goes all the way around, fully removable, bang, it comes right off, and now I have my high collar underneath. So we can see what that looks like without the storm guard on, depending on what your riding preference is. Now, if you get into some of the adjustability features here in the collar, as I break it down, you're going to notice that big flap. And then once I go in here again, I guess we might as well talk a little bit about the cold weather functionality here of the Stradon. Removable thermal liner for the collar only. So again, a jacket like this is about flexibility depending on what you're riding in, knowing you could be riding, and this is ripstop by the way, which is awesome as well, super durable. Knowing that you're gonna be able to fine tune this jacket because the key when you're riding in a lot of different climates is being temperature neutral. If you're not too hot and you're not too cold, you're not thinking about you, you're thinking about the road, you're focused on the task at hand. Search, evaluate, and engage as you're riding the motorcycle, or evade rather, I think that's my third E. But if we think about that, this jacket gives you the best chance to do that. Now, I'm gonna zip you down all the way. I might as well show. No buttons on the outside, nothing to scratch your tank here. Break it down to the middle here. Ability to open up the Stradon. Here's the right side with, remember, it's only one drop liner inside, and it's the super high-end thermal liner from Dainese that almost has that reflective material, super soft against your skin. And there's the YKK zipper behind it that allows you to pull it out. Now, if we go over to my left side, big red zipper, big red pouch means it'll take Dainese Thorax. I already have this zipper undone. You're gonna see, here's my interior lining with all the liners out. It's mesh, nice pocket there. The Gore Pro Shell's behind that. So again, there's nothing getting through that, but if I open that vent in the front, you'd be able to get your hand right through. So again, direct body venting. And notice up here on the collar, it was a soft thermal collar, but here without it in, you still have a really nice fleece wicking collar and the ability to keep yourself soft here, or give yourself the ability to not chafe even if you're riding. You know, I rode Colorado a couple of years ago and we were doing a lot of 12,000 foot summits. If that even makes sense, I don't think it was 12,000 foot, that seems awful high. But as we got to the tops of the mountains, it got very, very cold. And then within 15 minutes, we're back down to the lowlands, riding down the other side, and it would be 70 degrees. To be able to tune a jacket quickly, again, is a nice functional key. Notice the cuffs here, 2 snaps, it's using the newer style. If you look, I have Jason on the right side not using the gaiter. On the left side, he's using the built-in gaiter for the cold times of the year to give you further wind blocking up into the jacket. Turn the face away from me, Jason. Adjustability here on the bicep is an auto-locking zipper, which is cool. Nobody's done that yet. It's just a nifty feature. I think it's really cool. It adds style. And they're using the new Dainese cinches down here along the waist. So again, it stays tight. You pull it. It's kind of set it and forget it. If he puts his arm down, you can see that we have more dragon material back here. I have microflexion, which is Dainese's woven reflective material that doesn't look like a big piece of tape. It looks like a nice subtle fabric that lights up like a Christmas tree when a car's headlights hit it. Again, our big thermoformed co-injected shoulder. Turn backwards for me, Jason. Kind of a cool feature here. We do have our waterproof rabbit pouch. We have our cinching on the side, 2 big Lockout 2.0 zippers on the side, and again, allowing exhaust direct to the body. They're going to be completely mesh backed, polymide down the back, and again, just for style, I do love subtle branding. You could put the Dainese tattoo on me. You have this embossed demon head, which is just subtle. It doesn't scream Dainese, but for those that know, they know. They know what you're wearing. They know you're wearing super premium. And if we look here at this back pocket, these water bottle holders, we always joke with our Dainese rep, we say, this is where you store your Pellegrino even when you're going to go on a quick ride on your bike. You know, you have these pockets and you can see the exposed Gore-Tex behind there. Remember, big stretch panels there as well. Come back around to the front for me, Jason. Jason's fit more specifically, I think this is more of a touring fit from Dainese. It still fits European. Jason, I feel that this jacket fits about a half size big. So Jason is a 40-inch chest, 5'10", 175. He's wearing a 50. I think this fits about like a 51. So again, you have a little bit of extra room, the ability of that liner to come out. It's going to be a little bit more roomy on Jason. I think it's too small for me, but it's right on the cusp of being a little bit bigger than he needs it to be. So keep that in mind. I think also what Dainese is going for is the fact that a lot of touring riders are bigger guys or older guys. They might not be built like a like a 26-year-old guy, and they would say, you know, I need a little bit of room in the shoulders or in the gut, and I think you're going to get that here with this Stradon from Dainese. So now that we have the Stradon off of Jason, I have it here on the table, let's walk through some of the nuances a little bit further. You know, one of the things we showed you was early in the video we zipped off the collar. This is a Gore-Tex collar. Is it Gore Pro Shell? No. But is it Gore-Tex? Yes. It means it's durable, waterproof, breathable, guaranteed. So when it's on, it's kind of a double layer of protection. Now we start to break into the Stradon. I want you to see what the guts look like. They're absolutely beautiful. This is, again, the high-end quilted liner from Dainese, and it's full sleeve. It's very easy to uninstall. So I'm going to show you how I install it really quickly. I'm going to start down here. And I like how this line comes down. It shows you where the zipper is, but it hides it. Nothing bugs me more than when you have a bunch of free empty zippers just floating around, but I'll forgive it on a 360 zip. So snaps up here at the top. Snap up here as well, and they are burly snaps, so they're not going to come off on you. Now I already did this sleeve, right? Comes out there. I'll show you this side, and I left it intact so I could do it. So I'm going to pull it out like that. Now if I come down here, you come in really tightly. You can see I'm going to pull out my thermal through the wrist gaiter. It's very easy to do. Snap it off. And now I've pulled out my full thermal. Notice it's not a destination layer, but it is finished on the inside. I'm going to chuck it. And here are my guts, right? Pocket for my back protector. It's going to take a shield air. Remove might as well, if we're going in summer mode, I might as well remove my thermal collar. And here's my setup. Pockets on both sides, 360-degree zip. Pocket for the shield air. You can see my armor in here as well that lines this co-injected shoulder. It's a little bit different than the race jackets, but it's using the same exterior protection. One of the things I do want to talk about is if I pull this up, you're going to see the bottom of the jacket has this coating. It's finished versus being meshed. And what that really does is it allows you to basically on your bike, if you're sitting on the jacket and water begins to pool, it's not going to wick up. It's a hydrophobic material, which means it hates water. And it means that you're getting another 6 to 7 inches of jacket that's not going to pull any water up and get your backside wet. So again, very well thought out. Bungees at the bottom, if you like them, they are styled. God bless you, Dainese. They did a good job here. But some people use the bungees. I typically never do. And as we move past that, moving into the back, again, showing that roll at the collar and that really soft material, again, everything's just meant to be really low profile and functional. I do want to show you one other thing here. As I flip it to the back, you're going to notice it is Gore Pro Shell. You do have waterproof pockets. But there's always the chance that some, you know, with the waterproof pockets, and I talked about it a little on the front, that some of the water could get in outside of the bag of the pocket and might need to drain. So you do have these well thought out drain panels here and the back. And remember, we talked about how extensive these lockout zippers are in the back. They're huge, they vent to the body, and it's all mesh back here. This, if you had a back protector in, it would vent right to that panel, right to your body. So if you're seeing the Stradon for the first time, I would love to hear your feedback on it. If you're currently riding in it, please leave us a review at RevZilla.com. But honestly, I'd really love to field some questions here on YouTube at RevZilla TV. So join us in the comment feed. You can always click right here and subscribe. Stay up to date with all the latest gear reviews we're constantly rolling out at RevZilla.com. And if you want to talk with any of our gear geeks, we all do ride here, and we're all big on especially the most technical stuff. See us at RevZilla.com or 877-792-9455. As always, this is way over 39 bucks. We'll ship for free, we'll exchange for free, no restock fee if you need to send it back to us, and you can earn TeamZilla cash to be applied to your next order by continuing to shop with us. Thanks for watching our detailed breakdown of the top of the food chain, Dainese Gore Pro Stradon textile and leather jacket, available at RevZilla.com/Dainese. I'm Anthony, we'll see you next time.